What's up, guys? Today's mission, we're trying to get the Jeep Mini Quad up and running, so let's go.
So we're back at my house. We brought the mini Jeep back. It's over here. We brought the mini Jeep back over here because this is where we tore it all down. So we have all the parts to start it here. So we're gonna start it hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday. Wait, tomorrow is Wednesday. So tomorrow or Thursday we'll start it. Hopefully. But we just figured this out. So when we put the body on, we put the seat on after. Seat's too wide for the cutting of the body that's over here. The seat is too wide for this. We just tried to flex it over it, but I'm afraid we're gonna split it in half. So I don't want to do that. I forgot about this part because we've been working on the other stuff, but this is the windshield of when it was first built, back when it was a kid's toy. We're gonna put that back on, but right here we're gonna have to cut basically straight down the middle, so it might be a little flimsy. If that's so, maybe we'll put like a metal bar through here or something to support that up, but that will put more style to it. We're still planning on putting mirrors on it. So once we get that done, it should be done.
And we also just got to figure out how to integrate the key slot into the windshield, I guess. So we were thinking there's this hole right where the old steering wheel was, and you could fit all the wires in there, and if you put it up something like that, looks not bad. So we might try and do that. But
I honestly like that idea. And then, I didn't tell you this, but Cole had an idea. Oh, maybe I did. Cole had an idea of if we put the one foot brake here, a gas brake here, and then a hand brake here. That might be a little bit goofy, but it might have to work because that's gonna be easy, it's gonna be cheap, and we're on a budget build. So honestly, we're getting pretty close. I'm getting excited to start ripping this thing through the roads and getting pivots started and stuff. That'll be freaking sweet. But so we're getting close. So stay tuned for next video. Back on it because it looks easy. So we're gonna take the radio apart because to fit, not the radio, the gauges. To fit the gauges, we need to just, but I don't know because we're gonna have to cut this off. We're gonna have to cut these two middle gauges off. So we're just kind of doing this for our own fun right now. And we'll see what happens. We did get this on. And I think it looks freaking awesome.
you can move.
What you guys would think, but it's alright. It looks freaking good.
Just can't see it.
And we'll check back in once we either get this on or don't get this on. Okay, so what you just saw is me cutting up this thing. And all I did was I cut all this off, and then I cut these two other gauges out, wherever they went. But it fits just perfect right behind the gas tank. And so it's perfect. That's not how it goes, but you get the concept. And then, dude, this thing is gonna be dialed in like next video. I bet we'll be riding it, because all we gotta do is put the gas and the brakes up, and the gas, we're gonna go like this and hook it onto there, right there, and then fold up a thing that goes onto your brake pedal, and then same thing, or your gas pedal, and then brake pedal. We're gonna do we decided to do a hand shifter right here. It's gonna be perfect. And then, you know, this thing's dialed, this thing's dialed. All we gotta do now is weld brackets, put the gas and the brakes on, and call it macaroni. So it's starting now, and there's just this little tick that we don't know what it is. And it's idling better now. Are you taking that off choke? Or is that adding choke? Yeah. So now it's not even on choke. It doesn't idle as good, but you hear that little ticking right there? I don't know. But it was running pretty good right there for a minute. Smoked the barn up pretty good too, but dude.
It might just need a new spark plug, honestly. It low-key sounded like it was coming from this for a sec, though.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back here again. My cousin was here, and I had him look at that little tick that we were talking about. He thinks it's something with this little computer where the wires were just hanging down. It could be that. It could be these wires too. But as you saw, we are going to put that key ignition right there in the steering column. And then we put the seat back on because I was going to test drive it last night, and then I got too cold and didn't want to do it. So we will test drive it, but it's not going to be in this video, sadly. But stay tuned for that, because it is going to drive, and it's going to drive good, hopefully. And either way, it's going to be entertaining. Okay, so my cousin was here, and he was looking at this, kind of telling us what we could improve on. But he gave me an idea. Tail lights, there's a tail light wire right here just behind the seat. And then he was looking at it, and he goes, if you put that tail light right in front of that Jeep logo, it's going to shine through those holes and illuminate the Jeep sign. So I was like, that's a pretty good idea, and I bet you could do it pretty easy. So that night, I got thinking, and I cut this little support thing off right here, because I don't know what the heck that's for, but you throw that in, find somewhere to support it. We'll support it somehow, and then we'll just plug it in. We'll have tail lights. We'll have those little gauges. We'll have a key ignition. I don't know. We might just leave this here because it's not hurting anything. But depending on where that goes. And then he was looking at our Jimmy rigged thing right here. I think what we're going to do is find a sheet of metal or a tube, like for tube frames, like that thing has. And we will put the tube over top of this aluminum, weld it to these two brackets. That way it doesn't have this play. And then it has this play right here. He said, go from here, weld from here and there, and then have two crossbars. And then it should work. Because these two, if you look at it when you're bending it, these two are like moving like that instead of just sideways. So we'll put crossbars. We'll make this sturdier, and then we should hopefully be done and ripping. in no time. And then we got to go to RMS, get a battery. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Those of you that have made it to the end, there's a survey on our posts. If you guys could fill out that survey for how long you want our videos to be, that'd be awesome. And next week, hopefully we should be writing it. I'm sorry about the editing and all this because these videos have just been thrown together willy-nilly and we haven't had a lot of time to do this. So thank you guys for cooperating with us.